Hey, what's up guys, it's Flex and welcome back to the Turbo Performance series. So in today's video, I'm going to be installing a brand new diverter valve that also has a cool feature as a blow-off valve. So I want to first thank Tornado Tuning for sponsoring this video and providing me with the product. And if you're interested in more information, I'll leave the contact information in the description below. Now before we get to the product, let me explain how a diverter valve works. So in my previous video, I showed you how the turbo system works in the Mercedes C250. What I didn't mention was, when I'm driving and opening the throttle by pressing the gas pedal, as soon as I let off the gas really quick, the throttle body closes, and that causes the air to flow back down the turbo pipe into the intercooler, back up the other turbo pipe, back into the turbo, which causes it to spin backwards. And you definitely don't want that at all when it comes to trying to have optimal performance. So the purpose of a diverter valve is it diverts that air, goes to the front of the turbo, keeps the turbo spinning in a positive direction, so it's constantly building boost. So that way between shifts, the car doesn't have to start from the beginning to build boost. There's already boost pressure. It only needs to build a little more and boom, you have more power. So it's a great way of maintaining boost through the gears. And with the brand new diverter valve, any excess air that's not diverted back to the turbo will get purged into the atmosphere, and it'll give you that nice whooshing sound which you hear in a lot of turbo cars. So the first step of the install is to remove the existing diverter valve. I've already upgraded to a DV Plus by Go Fast Bits. I'm going to remove that, and then I'm going to show you how I install the brand new diverter valve that I got from Tornado Tuning. First thing I'm going to do is disconnect the battery, and then I'm going to remove the turbo pipe that's coming out of the turbo muffler. So that way I can get more access to the valve, which is located right there. So I'm just going to push in the pipe, and I'm going to lift up the clip with a flathead screwdriver. And once the clip is up, I can pull the pipe right off and set it aside. The valve is held on by 1, 2, 3 bolts and a connector that I will need to remove. I took my time removing the bolts one by one just to make sure that I didn't drop anything into the car. Now to remove the connector, I'm going to pull on the gray tab, and then I'm going to push down on the gray tab to release the connector from the valve. So now this is the old valve and this is the brand new valve. And here's the opening for the air to come out. It comes with a new plunger, a new spring, and 1, 2, 3 new bolts. So first I'm going to have to remove the old valve. I'm going to reuse the yellow gasket. Remove the old spring. Install the brand new spring. Install the plunger. And install the new valve. I had to spin the valve a few times just to make sure the holes lined up with the holes on the original valve. Now before installing on the car, this valve right here, I wanted to just make sure that it's fully lubricated, so I'm going to add some engine oil right inside where you can see the gold part of the valve. Now that it's oiled up, I'm going to give it a couple pushes, and now it's ready to go back on the car. Before I reinstall the valve, I'm just going to stick some towels underneath the area of the valve. That's just to make sure I can catch something just in case it falls down into the car. And the install is just reverse. Install the 3 longer new bolts and the connector and reconnect the car battery. Now that it's fully installed, I can go test it out. Well, there you have it, another cool product to increase the performance of the Mercedes C250. It's great for maintaining boost, great for optimal performance of the turbo, and at the same time gives that awesome turbo sound. Next, I'm going to be installing a boost gauge and a boost pod on my Mercedes C250 in preparation for the new turbo upgrade. Well, hopefully you guys like this video. If you do, hit like below. As always, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.